on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. You know what? I'm thinking about adding a Facebook video too. I've realized I can do this. We have the technology. But we're going to save that for season 5. So if you are a YouTube, I meant a Facebook person, you'll be able to watch me live native on Facebook rather than just the link to the YouTube. How about that, eh? Crazy, crazy days. This technology we have, it's fantastic. But with that in mind, it is Monday night. It is 9:10 on Monday, the 17th of August. And it is time to drink some beer. And as promised, ladies and gentlemen, due to the tireless love, effort, and support of friend of the pod, Josh L., or Jay Lake, if you prefer, what do we got here? Well, if it isn't another Black is Beautiful beer, this one, and you could guess this if you've been following the podcast, and Jay Lake, Josh L. is a character you are familiar with. You will know where this is from. But if you're just tuning in for the first time, or if you don't pay that much attention to where Jay Lake lives, it is Uxbridge. This is from the Second Wedge Brewing, friends of the pod to be sure. Now I believe the 3rd beer of theirs I've done recently. Not sure. We did the smoked wheat on rye. That was delightful. And that might have been it. Anyway, we'll get to more Second Wedge stuff in a minute, but you know what? Let's just get in here. I am thirsty. I'm wearing my my rugby shirt right now. I was coaching. I wasn't directly coaching any kids today. Long story. Doing admin work and then disinfecting equipment because you know what? It's work that somebody's got to do, and I'm trying to limit my direct contact with children. So that's what I got. That's what I'm going to do. It's just a lesson to you guys. Can't always be the hero out there. Somebody's got to pick up the balls and spray them with disinfectant, and that somebody's this guy. So here we go. Let's pour this. Oh, on the camera, please. Come on, Schreier. This is the 33rd episode this season. You'd think I'd have this figured out by now. Look at that. That, my friends, is a beautiful looking stout. Again, generously khaki head. Delightful. Oh, and the smell's coming off this thing already. Ah, heaven. This is a special one, guys. And I know a little bit about this. I know a little bit. I'm not going to read any more on the can. It's kind of, I've already seen a little bit about this. And so, you know me, and I like to try and keep it surprising. I like to go with my natural instincts, but I read a little bit about this one online, and I didn't have any. Jay Lake came to my house yesterday for some outside beers, which were delightful. We had some fantastic Second Wedge beers. We also had some bangers from Godspeed. Woo! There are some special beers to be had at Godspeed right now, but this is about the Second Wedge. I'm sure they wouldn't mind. They probably like Godspeed too. Oh, can you hear that? There's a truck backing up outside. Still too hot to have the windows closed, guys. At least I have a shirt on this time, though, so you can be thankful for that. Let's talk about this beer. What do we got? Well, Black is Beautiful Stout. We know a lot about this anyway. Now, this is interesting because on the nose, I get a lot more. Now, am I remembering correctly? Did I get a lot of chocolate on the nose from the granite one, but it was a lot more coffee on the palate? I think that's what happened. This one I get like, this is very much like fresh roasted coffee beans, oily, dark coffee beans, I think. Definitely something sort of cola-like. There's like the problem is because I know something about this beer, I'm worrying if I'm inventing this. I get a bit of banana out of it. Spoilers. Time to sip. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, fantastic. Different. Definitely different than the granite version or the Black Lab version, which I've got the bottle for right here, I think. No, this is the granite one. Right here. That's the Black Lab one. Black Lab Summer Stout, Black is Beautiful. Oh yeah, there's the Black is Beautiful from Black Lab was the little guy, the 4.4, and the one by the Granite was a big 8% alcohol. We're talking here, guys. Sorry, there's metal stuff next to my desk. And this one also 8. So this is more what I was expecting. You remember that time ages ago when I was looking at the recipes and there was 2? I wonder if there was just 2 recipes, if there was like a light, like a dry stout and an imperial. I'm not sure. I really should have done more research into this. But this one, this is the Second Wedge. It is an imperial stout. Black is Beautiful. Interesting to see how everyone's printer slightly differently interpreted the color spectrum. Anyway, so what are we getting? Well, as I said, on the nose, fresh roasted coffee. More of that on the palate. Inkiness too. Not quite like dry erase marker. That's more than what I'm talking about here. It's just like a gently inky kind of thing. Bless her soul. My wife just joined the Instagram. I'll wave at her. Hi, baby. Anyway, where was I? Yeah. Like touching almost on soy sauce. Very umami kind of quality on the back end. This isn't major, mostly chocolate and coffee. But it's interesting because I said on the nose there's something almost cola-like. It's actually kind of getting into soy sauce territory, which might sound weird. It's actually really common in imperial stouts. I think what it is, if you can picture the leatheriness in an imperial stout, soy sauce is like leatheriness turned up a little bit more. A little bit more umami, a little bit mustier. It's not salty. This isn't a salty beer. It's the very what's the word I'm looking for here? Savory flavor qualities that you get from soy sauce without the salt. So I know that's a bit tough because soy sauce is basically liquid salt with some umami, but it's just the not salty part of it. But yeah, no, right off the top. Again, not like brewed coffee. It's coffee bean. That's what it smells like. And that I don't want you to think I'm being a bit precious about this, but if you think about it, the way that a cup of coffee smells, well, what it is partially cold brew smells a lot like coffee bean, whereas brewed coffee takes on a different characteristic. I don't know if that has to do with the water or not. I don't know the science. Should maybe ask at Pilot. It seems like the kind of thing they might know. But regardless, fresh roasted coffee beans are like cold brew. Leatheriness touching on soy sauce. Some chocolate, for sure. It's not chocolatey. There's like a cocoa-iness more than anything than like, chocolate bar or milk chocolate or something like that. Quite a lingering finish on the beer. You get a lot of that leathery soy saucy kind of linger. Gosh, it's just saying that it doesn't sound nice, but it really is. It's lovely. Especially in the imperial stout. Probably wouldn't like it in a dry stout, like a 4.5%, 5% stout. Might be a little dominating, but this one, you remember I said the Granite one, you barely tasted the fact that it was 8%. This isn't hot, but it's got some weight to it. It does. Like, I'm not tempted to just neck this beer, even though I was just at a rugby practice. I'm fine sipping this one. It's a good beer. Fantastic. Different. This one's quite new world, and I think I know part of the reason why. Interesting. You remember I said I got a bit of banana on the nose? I'm not actually getting a ton of that on the taste. I can definitely smell it. I can smell it in my mouth, but I'm not... There's so much else going on flavor-wise, I think it's getting a little bit buried. And the reason why I even bring it up, because the one thing I do know about this is they made this with a Hefeweiss yeast, a wheat beer yeast. And wheat beer yeasts often will add banana or bubblegum, maybe a bit of clove, a bit of spice, depending on what temperature you're fermenting it out at. This one's definitely on the nose. You can get a little banana-y quality, I would say. But it's not as pronounced on the palate. on the palate's a douchey way of saying it doesn't taste like it. I mean, there is some there, but you got to go looking for it. You get much more of that leathery coffee kind of quality up front. Interesting to think about smoke on this one. As we always say, roasted malts like this add smoke kind of quality no matter what, because they're heavily roasted. This one isn't particularly, and that's interesting. I wonder if, I mean, it might have to do with what malts they used. Maybe they opted not to use the patent malt, which, as I described last week, gives it a, like a, for lack of a better word, like an ashy kind of quality to it. It's also possible that the yeast is having some impact on that, the way that the malts come out. Not a ton of char to it. I mean, it's got black malts in it, so that it's going to have a little bit of that, but it's not. That's not a driving flavor characteristic in this at all. I'm trying to think of something that it reminds me of. I had a Stone Imperial Stout one time that was quite heavy on the soy sauce side. It was hot. It had a lot of booze to it. This one, again, no heat from the alcohol. Sometimes you have these and they kind of, they hit you in the eye, they hit you in the sinuses. This one isn't doing that at all. It's quite chill for an 8% beer, but it's quite complex. This to me, okay, kids, I know I say this all the time when we drink stouts in the summer. I like a stout in the summer. This is a campfire beer to me. I could sit with one of these, especially maybe in like my Yeti mug. I'm not being a douche. I'm sorry. It's just a coffee mug. It just happens to be a Yeti. Also, hey, check it out. Who's got a Yeti mug? It's this guy. Thanks to Dave DN for that sound hookup. Oh, that's too obvious. Let's go with D DeNoble, just in case. You just keep it completely anonymous. But this is the kind of beer I would sit by the fire, guitar in hand, singing Almost Heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain. Yeah, see, a little folky. And I would be sipping this beer with a campfire because it's a cozy beer. It's a cozy beer. You don't have to drink a cozy beer when it's cold out. That's the misconception. I might be hitting on something here, guys. We might be getting places tonight. The mysteries of the world might be unfolding in front of us, and I might be discovering something. The thing about stouts is they're cozy. And sometimes it's nice to get cozy even when it's not cold out, like by a campfire or while you're camping, in a tent. Cozy. You can get cozy in a hammock in the middle of the summer. That's this beer. You see where I'm going with this, guys? That's what stouts are. Y'all think they're for cold weather. That's stupid. It's just because you're going, I like to get cozy when it's cold. Yeah, sure, we all do. I tend to want to get cozy in the winter, but I like getting cozy in the summer too. And then I need a cozy beer. And a good stout like this. This is a cozy stout. So that's what this is for. With that in mind, what are we going to eat while we're drinking this? I'm getting so good at saying that. It only took like 34 episodes. What are we going to eat while we are drinking this beer? It's an interesting thought. I haven't actually given it any until this moment. I was too busy unpacking the mysteries of the universe. Again, this one, a bit like the granite one, there are probably things that you could have. Blue cheese, boom, done. Blue cheese. Why didn't I think of that? Stilton. Get a Stilton that isn't too salty. Sometimes Stilton can get a little too salty. That's not what we want. We want some salt, and we definitely want some funk from that blue. This seems strange to people, but especially with Imperial Stouts, it's going to rock your socks. Even better, that's cozy food. A little plate of Stilton, maybe some Crustials or crackers if you prefer. Glass of this bad boy, Black is Beautiful from the Second Wedge up in Uxbridge. Sitting by the fire with a hipster with a guitar singing John Denver. Cool. Cozied up on the couch, watching something good on Netflix with a person that you like being a little cozy with. Maybe two of these, and then you can get a little cozier if you see where I'm going with this. But even if you just eat some cheese and crackers and beer, I think it's going to work really well for you. So that's what you're having with this. Done. I know I normally go for a meal. Not this one. Get cozy with somebody who you like getting cozy with, and with a block of cheese. ideally Stilton, but blue, like a Danish blue would work. Danish sometimes gets a little the like the intensity of the mold can get a little aggressive on those, which can be good, but in this case I think we want to dial it back a little. So yeah, nice Stilton. That'd be good. Let's go with that. Delicious. So who is it from? Remember, guys, we've been doing this one for a while now. This is Second Wedge, but all the Black is Beautiful beers. Check them out if you still can. There are a bunch. I keep seeing them popping up in my Instagram feed. So there's ones dropping all the time. If you're down near London, I know Stormstay did one. They might be out, but worth asking. Who else? I think I just saw did Five Paddles just drop one. I think they might have. It fits their ethos for sure. That's good. I know People's Pint did one. I haven't laid hands on that, but People's Pint, love you guys, doing beautiful things out in the Junction. And so check them out. See who's got one. It's not too late. This is a thing that's going to go on for a while. A lot of these beers took a long time to make. Like they had to sit in the fermenter for a while. So some of them are just coming out now. So get one of these into you. Here's the thing, though, and this is why Second Wedge is just jumping up and up and up. The only bad thing, as far as I'm concerned about the Second Wedge, is that they're nowhere near me, or I'm nowhere near them. You can kind of pick and choose whose fault that is. It's clearly mine. But if they were closer to me, I would be in there all the time. And I do love going up there, and especially riding my motorcycle. I got to tell you guys, if you are a motorcycle rider, taking Lake Ridge Road from the 401 north is something special. That's a nice ride. Country, barns, fields, the fresh air. If you've got Michael Bolton-esque locks like me, whipping your hair back behind you, looking like you just stepped off the set of Easy Rider. It's pretty good. So get out there if you got a bike. Go check out Second Wedge and get the Black is Beautiful, but also, if I may, we're not going to drink this one tonight because I got to work tomorrow, guys. I'm not a machine. But they also, and this one's got as good a story as the Black is Beautiful, maybe even better because there's a little drama built in. This is Love is Brutiful. Brute, B-R-U-T. This is a Brute IPA. Fridge is on. Sorry, again, too hot to unplug it. Brute IPA is very cool, generally made with a champagne yeast, so it ferments all the sugar out. They're very, very dry. I was drinking this one yesterday. It's maybe not quite as aggressively dry as some of the other ones I've had. Great Lakes does Brutalism. It is like dry. Like I think it's a 1 in Plato, which is also a 1 in specific gravity. It's crazy. It's where they meet. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Or is it 0 Plato? Oh, gosh. I hate when I'm wrong on the internet. It happened the other day. It was very embarrassing. Anyway, Love is Brutiful. They made this in partnership with Man Antler Brewing. Admittedly, a brewery I don't have a ton of experience with. I have had some of their beers. They've always been very nice, but I don't have any real depth of exposure to them. But the reason why they made this in collaboration is because they put down a rainbow sidewalk, or crosswalk, I mean, not sidewalk, crosswalk, in Clarington, which is northeast of Toronto, I think. I think it's beyond Second Wedge. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure Clarington is one of the counties we go through on the way to the cottage, which is out that way. So, but anyway, and it got vandalized because people are awful and they need to make themselves feel better by vandalizing something that they don't understand, I guess. Terrible thing. But as a protest, I guess you could say, the one complaint, and Josh L mentioned it too. They've used white text on the yellow line, which is, I mean, it's challenging to read in daylight, and in my dark office, I can't quite see. But when vandals defaced Clarington's brand new rainbow crosswalk, we wanted our collab beer with Bowmanville's Man Antler Craft Brewing Co. to express how we felt. That was the hard part, by the way. So here it is. It's time to make this world a safe place for everyone. Life is too short for fear and hate. Love is brutal. That's a great sentiment. So right now, Second Wedge, you're killing it, guys. You got a beer sharing your feelings about pride and also people hating on other things. You got Black is Beautiful going. You guys are You guys are doing it right. Congratulations, Second Wedge. You got my support 100%. Let me put this back in the fridge. I was going to leave it out, but then I would forget. And then I don't drink tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday. So then I would find it on Friday and it would be warm. That's not what you want for your brute IPA. It's much better cold. Black is beautiful stout. It is beautiful. Love is brutal. Nice. Hey, you want to talk for a second about those Godspeed beers I had? I don't have the cans around here. I'd ordered some Godspeed beers, and then they'd posted that they'd released a couple of beers just after I had ordered. We worked it out, and I got a baby Shizumu. So they do Shizumu, which is their West Coast IPA. The baby is a session IPA. It's only 3.4% alcohol. I'm just going to say right now, it is literally the best session IPA I've ever had. I don't really like session IPAs for the most part. I understand intellectually what they're doing, and I can objectively say this is a good session IPA, but I don't love them. I don't dislike them, but they're not what I want to drink most of the time. But the baby Shizumu would be an exception to that rule. It has enough going on, enough complexity. The body and the mouthfeel are really solid. It's bang on. So especially if you're a fan of the session IPA, baby Shizumu, I would check out. And then the other, I need a sip first. It was called Nana, N-A-N-A, which is funny because in our house, that's what we call tuna, because it's two N-A-N-A-S, Naz, tuna, see? Anyway, it was made because with the shutdown, the lockout, whatever you want to call it, obviously their kitchen's been closed. Or I should say, obviously, not everybody's kitchen's been closed, but their kitchen's closed. And they were really missing a lot of the Japanese food that their head chef and their staff, but their head chef, Ryusuke Yamanaka, or as I like to call him, Yamanaka-san, was making. And so they wanted to make a beer that tied in with that. So they made this Saison. It's got, I can't remember what it was, but a Japanese citrus in it. It had a spice mix that I've also forgotten the name of, but I would swear on, I don't know, something important to me. This beer, I was gonna say my beard. Oh, I don't have a beard. Whatever. I'd swear that there's Sichuan pepper in there. Very distinctive pepperiness, or at least, if not Sichuan pepper, a pepper that's very like Sichuan pepper. Like it's like a poblano to their Anaheim or something. It was really nice. It was bonkers how much was going on in that beer. Big Saison characteristics, delightful malt bill, juicy, citrusy bitterness. And then, oh gosh, JL, Josh Lake, whatever the hell we're calling. So picked up some of that. Definitely worth checking out too. If you're in Uxbridge or looking to ship a beer, grab some of the Second Wedge, especially the Black is Beautiful. Also, their Black is Beautiful, I think, was also going to, it doesn't say, but I swear I read somewhere where they were donating to, but it's not on the can. Anyway, but check that out. Check out their Love is Brutal, just to make a statement and support an awesome beer, and it's pretty tasty. If you're in Toronto, again, shipping's great, but Godspeed's there, and we love them. And otherwise, yeah. What have you been drinking recently? I've been saying this recently. I'm kind of one-dimensional. I was looking back through my video list on this, and I was like, oh yeah, there's 3 or 4 breweries that just keep on popping up, and there's a good reason for that. It's because I'm lazy and I know what I like. Hey, if you're not one of those breweries and you want me to do your beer, you let me know. I'll come and get it. But if nobody reaches out, I'm just going to go with what I love. It's funny, I haven't done a lot of Amsterdam stuff. It's because I have to get it at the LCBO because my car's in the shop and I can't bike to Amsterdam right now. It's so bloody far away and there's a valley in the way. I guess I could go downtown. It's a flat run to the brew house. Food for thought. Anyway, what did I? Oh yeah, my Instagram machine is my calendar. Hang on, I'm gonna pull up my calendar on the old PC because I think I told you that this was going to be the last episode and then I was going to go on break. But I think I'm stupid. I think, yes, I'm going to do one more ep next week on the 24th. I'll do an ep on the 24th. And I don't know what it'll be yet, so don't ask. Unless you want it to be something that you make, and then we can talk. And I bet the answer will be yes, unless somebody beats you to it. But 24th, we'll drop one more ep. It'll be number 35 for season 4, and then 2 weeks break, please. I just need 2 weeks off to clear my head, cleanse my palate. I don't even know what that part was. If you're listening to the podcast, I did sort of rippling water effect with my fingers in front of me. But it'd just be good for everybody, I think. Just a bit of a break. And then that'll be the Monday before Labor Day, and then the Monday that is Labor Day off. And then I'll jump back in the second week of... It's technically the third week in September. It's super weird. The week after Labor Day. And who knows? I don't know what I'm going to do because it's a long way off, but we'll figure something out. It'll be fun. Maybe I'll switch up the format a little for season. Oh, hiccup. It should be called season hiccup. And put SH instead of S5. I suppose I could put SV, which would be like the Roman numeral. Do you know the joke? A Roman walked into a bar and held up 2 fingers and said, "I'll have 5 beers." It's a thinker. Anyway. That's what we got going on. Oh, and I normally talk about what's going on. We all know what's going on. Nothing. It's things are reopening, and maybe by the time I come back for season 5, we'll be back in lockdown and everyone will be really upset except me because I'm an essential worker. Who knows? Hard to say, guys. Hard to say. But I'm going to leave you for 7 days, just 7 days. And then the next one will be a longer break. But hang tight. We got 1 week. I'll be back, and then we'll take some time in that week. You know what I always tell you guys. Be good to each other out there. Please, please take care of somebody if you can. Reach out to somebody. Maybe send them some beer. Maybe order them some Second Wedge. Black is beautiful. It's a nice beer. Maybe if it's somebody you love, you could send them the Love is Brutiful and remind them that even if it sounds like you're mispronouncing it, your love for them is brutiful. And so is the beer. It is also brutiful. So you could do that. That'd be an awesome way of saying, "Hey, what's up? How you doing? I miss you." Otherwise, be safe. I don't know. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Definitely wear your mask, guys. Come on. We shouldn't even still be talking about this. And yeah, otherwise, enjoy your week. Looks like it's going to be a good one. Got most of the bad weather out of the way today. You guys get wet today? I got wet. Most of you don't work outside, I don't think. If you work outside and you got wet, I'm with you. It was soggy. What can you do? All right. Have a great week, guys. Talk to you in 7 days. Until then, be good to each other.